Yeah, we'll do it. Hey, it's the Chief, bonding with board games. We're with Undead Viking, or Lance, as most of you know. What's up?
I'm doing great. How are you, man?
Now, you're in this whole different role here. I got to admit, when I saw you, I was thinking, oh, media. Undead's over here doing, Lance is doing some interviews, and then I realized you're running the booth, baby.
Yeah, I am. I'm part of the problem now, so as I say. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I work with Minstrel Games now, and, man, living the dream every single day.
That's it. Well, it's been
awesome.
First of all, again, we're at Bgg Con. We've actually been just sitting here BSing for like the last
hour.
Yeah, I think it's probably been an hour. So having a good time. But so we don't get away, can you explain what you guys got, and then we'll even go into what's to come?
Yeah, that's cool. So this is really awesome, actually. Bgg Con, we're actually releasing. This is the first time most of these things, like I think Aliens Invasion, the expansion, I think that might have actually hit retailers already. So if you're looking for the Orleans Invasion, for the smash hit Orleans, and if you have the deluxe version, it works just fine either way. Awesome. Check out Richard Ham's video. He gushes about it.
Cool.
This is Ars Alchemia. This is one of the Michael Mendez, the guy who the Grand High Poobah of Minstrel Games, loves going to Japan, and so this is he loves picking up stuff there, and this is an awesome little worker placement game.
Now, had you been to Japan?
Yeah, I did.
That's what I saw. Earlier, I made him weep a little bit. I was saying, you went to Essen? He's like, no, I didn't.
But no,
and it was Japan.
It was Japan. I got to go to Japan for the Tokyo Game Market, which was pretty awesome.
That is now. As we've been sitting here, folks have been coming up and saying Ponzi Scheme, saw this at Essen, and they're gushing over it.
And it really was. Originally, this is from Jesse Lee, the same guy who does Guns and Steel, if you're familiar with that. And these are all games that we're bringing over from Japan once again. But Ponzi Scheme was a game that had a really limited print run by the original publisher, and then this was something that we fell in love with. And I remember this was the game that last year there was like one copy at Bgg Con, and it was impossible to get a hold of. It was like constantly being checked out of the library over and over again, and it wasn't even their copy. It was like some person's copy that they were kind enough to print up. But yeah, it's literally a game about being a Ponzi scheme. Each person runs a Ponzi scheme. They're taking out loans to pay off the people that they borrowed money from before. It's kind of a big cycle of economics, and you play and try to amass wealth until one person goes broke and can't pay off his loans, and then at that point the game is over, and whoever's got the most money left over wins. And it is literally about running a Ponzi scheme.
60 to 90 minutes, which is what surprised me.
It's very quick, very highly interactive, lots of trash talk. Good stuff.
I know, literally, like several folks coming up. I know everybody knows about Lo Yang.
Lo Yang, that's the reprint. Just very quickly, it's been out of print forever. Lucky enough, Hall Games allowed us to do the reprint, so we got that. And of course, the new Feld, the Oracle of Delphi, the Feld that isn't Feld. It's a pick up and deliver game. So, and I asked you, I said, if you're a fan of pick up and deliver games, and Bart said no.
No, I'm not.
But if you are a pick up and deliver fan, if you are a Feld fan, strongly suggest you check this out. Lots of reviewers have already come out saying that this game is amazing. So, and I highly enjoy it because I am a big fan of pick up and deliver.
And maybe it's the one that would turn me around. Yeah. I will admit, though, the old one that Eric Summer loves. Merchants of Venus. Pick up and deliver. I had made my own copy because it was so hard to get a hold of, and I love that sci-fi theme. So I wouldn't say it's just not my go-to. Worker place.
Grab a 3/4 head monster, so I can just talk about that really quick. This is just a quick little card game that is each person is the head of a multi-headed monster, like basically a movie monster, wanting to go out and crush and destroy cities. And it's either for 3 to 4 players, so literally that's why it's called 3 to 4 headed monster. Each person runs a head. There is one head of the monster that wants to be peaceful and go out to the fields and contemplate life and why they're a monster, while all the other heads are angry and they want to destroy the world. And so it is a social deduction game where the peaceful head wants to remain hidden, and they want to make people believe that the other heads are the ones, and so it can work them against each other, and then hopefully can convince the monster to go out and lay down in the pastures instead of destroying the city. And it's a fun little card game. Definitely a lot of fun.
How many rounds does that go?
Well, it basically you 6 rounds because of the fact that you pick 2 people to choose a card from their hand, which will determine whether you're going to be angry or peaceful, and then they put those down, and then one person of the remaining 2 or 3 or 1, or depending if it's 4 players, but the other person takes both of the cards, shuffles them so they don't know which one's which, looks at them, and then resolves the cards how they want to. So The problem is that like if it's resolved peaceful, it's because maybe they've been forced to because of the way the cards are, or what have you. So it's like, are they resolving it peacefully because they are the peaceful, or are they resolving it peacefully because they had no choice? And so you can play everybody against each other. And then if you have a fourth player, that person then gets to pick any other person at the table, and they get to look at one card from their hand. So it can kind of give them a little bit of information. Yeah, a little bit of information. So like then like you can pick that person to put a card down, so you can have an idea of what's going on. So plays very quick, a lot of fun.
Now we're going to roll around. Go ahead, and if you can just roll. All right, we rolled over because this is what's to come.
These are all games that are. We do have one game that I don't have here to show. We do have the reprint of Amon Ray coming out before the end of the year, the famous Ceramic Amnesia game. So just keep that in mind. That's coming very soon. But these are all games that are going to be hitting either like I don't think any of these are going to make 2016. These are all 2017 games, first quarter 2017 games. Obviously, we have the long-awaited Kickstarter for the reprint of Coliseum. These are the awesome metal coins. You can that'll be included with that. So then just quickly going through, if you're a big fan of Flip City, which is one of the card game that a lot of people really enjoy, this is the standalone expansion that like but you can add more cards.
The Wilderness.
Yeah, it's like so it's just more cards, more different cards, and so if you're a fan of Flip City, you're gonna really like that. Dairyman is once again a game that Michael fell in love with in Japan, and it's about basically you roll the dice, you milk the cow, and then you make cheese and ice cream. It is a very fast, very fun, highly interactive game that you can teach in 5 minutes and everybody can have fun with at the board. Bloom Pop is actually one of our Andy Van Zandt. He's like the person that works for TMG. This is his kind of take on the whole can't stop mechanism, where your balloons, but if you try to like get to a certain point, but if you go too high, you pop. And so it's a push your luck situation with rolling dice. A lot of fun. I think people are going to be surprised by that one. And Zooscape is from the same designer as Yokohama, which is the game that we did the big giant Kickstarter for, the Kickstarter, the deluxe version. Hisashi Hayashi, also the guy who did Trains and some other games, String Railways, things like that. This is originally known as Curio Collector, which was a game about collecting antiques. And in this game, this is about running a zoo, but the zoo animals have escaped, and so you have to collect different animals. And so you have space in the zoo for a certain number of each of the animals, and so you're putting cards out there that you're like sharing and trying to collect. So you might have room for like say 2 giraffes. So you want to get 2 giraffes because you score a lot of points, but if somebody kind of makes you get a 3rd giraffe, now all of a sudden you don't have room for that giraffe and you lose points. So it is a very fast and very fun, and the art in it is absolutely beautiful. Everybody that we've shown this art to, we want to show the artist for this game, and I'm gonna get her name perfect so I don't forget what it is. Katie Lipscomb. If you go ahead and find her online, you can see that she does fantastic, beautiful art, and so she did a great job. This is one of those games that you put it on the table and people will just love looking at the cards.
I love what Michael's doing with all the Japanese and Chinese.
He loves going to Japan. No, don't worry about it. Just sleeves.
All right. We're good. I love it. Awesome.
But there you go. That's what's coming in 2017.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
And we will hang out, and there may even be scotch in the future. Ooh, I talked about it.